Major Jim Vickers has lived in this Kensington property for almost half a century. As an 89-year-old Gurkha veteran, he's seen his fair share of combat over several campaigns. But for the last decade, he's been facing a different kind of fight: the battle to keep his home. After a spell of different landlords, he's now locked in a struggle with new owners DMG Global Consulting. They're seeking a possession order to force him to leave his flat in Lexham Gardens, but he claims he's a protected tenant. Volunteers say DMG is allowing the property to remain uninhabitable, with the hopes that the courts will deem it unsuitable to live in. Meanwhile, the landlord says it cannot carry out works unless he temporarily moves out.
I think the council could have done much more in terms of enforcing. They've known about the breaches in planning law and regulations for some time now. It would have been a very simple matter for the council to come along and say to this landlord and the previous landlord, sort this out, because that hasn't happened. And if one allocates blame anywhere other than the landlord, it must be the council itself. It should have done more.
As a pillar of his community, Major Vickers has many fighting his corner, including his MP.
I hope very much indeed they'll honour the fact that when they bought the house, Major Vickers and his two compadres were living there, have been living there for a long time, and I think it would be lovely if they could treat him with the respect that he deserves, and it would be very nice if they could undertake the work so that his last few years here could be as comfortable and as in a good condition as possible.
And it seems he's not alone. While Major Vickers pays a low-priced fixed rent, a flat here in Kensington can cost around £490 a week, or if you're looking to buy, a luxury block can set you back around £7 million. With these high prices and rising rents across the capital, many tenants have been forced into similar situations. Activist group Generation Rent say it's a growing pattern.
The increase in property values is probably a reason that landlords are deciding to use these sort of tactics. The pound signs start flashing in their eyes, so it's I think that it's just it's certainly a factor, and the speculation about whether this property bubble can keep going might be behind it as well.
Now, Major Vickers has been transferred to Chelsea and Westminster Hospital due to a prolonged illness. But despite this, he remains defiant, defending his friends and his home for as long as he can.